Lovers of trigonometry, this is an interesting question for us to solve. JAMB 2025, question number 8. And for those who are not lovers of trigonometry, who run away whenever they see a question under trig, come closer. Let me make you love it. I'm going to break this down to the simplest term. Let's get started. It reads, given that cos A is 12 over 13, we are required to find tan A for 0 less than or equal to A less than or equal to 90 degrees. Once you see this condition, you know that this shows that what? Cos A lies in the first quadrant, right? Remember, we have 4 quadrants. This is the first, second, third, and the fourth quadrant. So this lies in the what? In the first quadrant. Cos A. Remember this. Anytime you're treating trigonometry, always write this by the side, your SOHCAHTOA, right? Cos A is 12 over 13. So write this. This is going to be our rough work. Cos A is 12 over 13. What does cos stand for? Cos is adjacent over what? Hypotenuse. Now let's substitute this now into this diagram. This is a right angle triangle, right? Adjacent. We have the hypotenuse as 13, which is the longest side. This is the opposite side. The opposite side is unknown. The adjacent side is 12. So we have 12 here. So looking at this, we have triangle with 3 sides, right? However, for this question, 2 sides are given, but one of the sides is not unknown, is not known, which is the opposite side. So we find the opposite side using what? The Pythagoras rule, which states that what? The square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the square of the opposite at the adjacent side, right? That is the opposite square plus the adjacent square. Whenever I'm solving trigonometry, I always advise my students, do not forget your SOHCAHTOA and also the Pythagoras rule, okay? Very important. Now, all we have to do next is to substitute. Remember, what we are looking for is the opposite. So if you rearrange, the opposites will be equal to what? We have the hypotenuse square minus the adjacent square. The opposite is having a square here, right? So what do we do at this point? We take the square root of both sides. If you do this, the square will cancel the square root. So we'll be left with what? Opposite is equal to the square root of hypotenuse square minus the adjacent square. So all we are doing at this point is substitution. So this is equal to the square root of the hypotenuse, which is what? Hypotenuse is 13 square minus the adjacent, which is 12. So we have 12 square. Simplifying, we have square root of 13 square gives us 169 minus 12 square gives us what? 144. So this is equal to the square root of 169 minus 144 is 25. Square root of 25 is equal to 5. So that means that the value for the opposite is what? Is 5. So here we have the opposite equal to 5. We are done with that. The next step and the last step now is for us to get the value of tan A, which is the question asked. So we have tan A is equal to, what's the formula for tan? Tan is OA, which is opposite over adjacent. Now coming back to the right angle triangle, we have the opposite as 5. So this is equal to 5 over the adjacent, which is what? 12. So we have the value of tan A as 5 over 12. Look at the options. Tell me which of the option is the correct answer. Type that in the comment section.